Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you today, chilling out on my lunch, and as I was flipping through the stories, I was astonished to see a story about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Earlier this morning, I was sort of doing I did a video on Brock Lesnar against The Rock at WrestleMania and giving my thoughts about that match happening or not happening, and I thought it was pretty crazy that the same day a story would break about people thinking that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be coming back to the WWE and being some sort of involved because I guess word has gotten out that WWE's shop is going to be stocking up on lots of Stone Cold Steve Austin merchandise. The one thing I know from looking at WWE's shop, and I might not do as many orders as I used to do back in the day. I think my last order was the Daniel Bryan plaque a little bit after WrestleMania. Before that, I think I bought the Hulk Rules shirt when it used to come out. I can remember back in the day to 2010 when I just used to like wrestling shirts a whole lot more. I look at the ones these days and I just don't really connect with them like I used to. They just seem like they're not my kind of style as I would want to wear, but I'm still wearing those old ones from back in the day. I used to be doing orders that seemed like at least once a month buying some new shirts. Just something that I just had to have. But I don't know, when I go on there, I look and see that the nostalgia stuff sells so well. I mean, when Hulk Hogan came back, not only did they come out with the Hulk Rules shirt, they came out with the Hulk's Rules shirt, they came out with Hulkamania. They basically released every single WWE shirt that Hulk Hogan ever had. And if you look and see, they even released a Rip 'Em shirt from No Holds Barred. So that shows you just what they were really, just going after. But Hogan, to me, is always going to sell as well as the other guys. I mean, basically, they stock up on shirts of Ric Flair, Junkyard Dog, Ravishing Rick Rude, basically any WWE legend that's under contract. They know that they can put those shirts out on it, and they'll sell. I mean, even the Big Boss Man has like 4 shirts on there right now. When you go check it out, I got that one that says "I'm a boss." But I think no way is Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back to wrestling. If you listen to his podcast, which is twice a week, you basically get an inside look about what he's going down with, because he always, no matter if the interview is old or whether it's a new one, he always gives you an opening and a closing to the show where he tells you what's going down. And right now he's in Georgia and he's filming his TV show Redneck Island. I don't think his schedule really would fit him coming back to WWE for anything. I think that we were lucky enough to get him coming back to WrestleMania 30. He had been gone. We haven't seen him in the WWE since the end of Tough Enough, and that was right after WrestleMania 27 time. So roughly about 3 years. But Stone Cold Steve Austin, for anybody getting your hopes up about him wrestling in a match, I think that's about 2 years past its prime if it was going to happen. I really believe that there was a chance of it happening at WrestleMania 28, and with it not happening at WrestleMania 29, I think he was already out the window. Sort of hung onto it just a little bit with the CM Punk walkout. Maybe CM Punk would have said if he would have wrestled Stone Cold Steve Austin, maybe he would have come back. But no way. I mean, it's been 12 years since Austin's even wrestled a match, let alone, been in shape to go out there and do everything. I think that Austin could hit the gym and he could get in shape and do it. But it's just the point now of just, he hasn't done it in so long. Why do you want to force him into that? And he sort of went on the podcast circuit. He did his own podcast. He answered the question on Jericho's with basically a lot of the rumors out there. Asked if he was going to work a match at WrestleMania 30, and he just said he has more to lose than he does gain by going back into wrestling. Basically, what if he goes back and he has a match that's the drizzling shits? Then he basically has to go into Mick Foley mode where you came back to wrestle one match but it wasn't that good, and then you have to really make up for that match. Now you find yourself wrestling another match, and then you were good in that match, and then you have to try and have another one, then you have another bad match, and you should have just left it the way it was. I think that Austin, he has that basically lifetime contract with WWE where they were scared when his career ended that he might leave and go sign with TNA and become their general manager or something like that. So Vince gave him sort of a lifelong deal where they can keep making DVDs, they can keep making t-shirts, they can put them in the video games. And I think that's just about all it's going to be. I mean, Austin might come back someday on Raw and have some sort of a beer bash or, have a drinking contest against JBL or something like that just for some shits and giggles. But I think that people might be getting a little bit too much worked up over this story. I definitely don't think Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be coming back into wrestling. I don't think he's going to become the GM of Raw. I think his life is just too busy for that, and I don't think he wants to be on the road with WWE week in and week out. And even some sort of a WrestleMania angle. Basically, he said that he's played out and he doesn't want to do the special guest referee. He says he doesn't even know how to referee because he never really learned the rules of wrestling. He just went in there and basically Earl told him, when to stop doing something. By when he was breaking the rules, he always feels like he's out of place. He always feels like he's not adding anything to the match. You go back into WrestleMania 20 when he was the special guest referee of Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. One of his biggest regrets is that he didn't do more as a special guest referee, thinking that maybe if he just would have hit the ropes or if he would have pushed a guy to show his authority in the match a little bit, maybe that crowd would have popped and it wouldn't have been so turned on both of those guys because they were leaving. But Stone Cold Steve Austin is the rumor of coming back. If it's just because of T-shirts, they stock T-shirts on everybody. You go there, they even make they're making beanies for the NWO right now because it's winter time and they know somebody out there is going to want an NWO beanie. I don't think there's any truth to the rumor behind Stone Cold coming back just because they're printing up a couple T-shirts. Honestly, in my mind, I hope they're making the Venom 316 shirt or the Ragin' Redneck shirt. Those are two of them that I would love to see get re-released and love to have in my collection. Peace out.